left turn without a blinker.
I love Willet.
And I'm proud to be an American. Well, at least I know I'm free.
You know, I watched that video that your wife, I believe, posted on TikTok.
I posted on TikTok.
You posted on
Don't
TikTok,
be
either
giving her
way,
any credit that she doesn't deserve.
of you playing Toby Keith for your daughter. I thought that was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool. The very first song I actually played for my daughter coming home from the hospital, um, was that song. The second song was Lee Greenwald, God Bless the USA. And then I think we just got into some like dad rock.
I like I'm a huge Toby Keith guy, so are you. I didn't play anything at all when I drove my daughter home from the hospital, literally nothing, because it was a rainstorm and I was terrified. And
Yeah, yeah.
I
I
think I
remember
went
that.
like
That's the only time I think I've ever done 65 on the highway.
I was going like 30.
Yeah,
I
like
was
I mean,
going, so I think it took
I,
me an hour and a half to get home.
yeah,
It's 40 minutes away.
yeah. No, that was it was one of the scariest yet most exciting drives of my life. Not
It
gonna
was
lie.
I think that that's how it is. Yeah, it was very slow, controlled. I've never been more aware of my
Yeah.
driving. Like I like think back to like my driving test, like when you took your test to get your driver's license,
Hmm.
you know, like you're like locked in, you don't want to make any mistakes or
Hmm.
anything. And then I think
Sometimes
of
you accidentally take a
driving
take a left turn on red.
some people do that. Some people,
Some
not me
people do that.
perhaps, but I do
No,
know some people that would. I
I know
do know
more
some
than
people
one.
that would.
It's our issue. I know more than one is the issue.
Well, you can do
Uh,
it after the driving test. That's not a problem. You just
yeah,
can't do it while you're taking your test.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, when I went through it, it was a yellow. And by the time I had made the entire turn, it was red. But, that's hearsay. That's naresay,
Sure.
whatever,
Bethany would
Some
disagree
people
with that statement.
some people would call it scuttlebutt, but whatever.
What?
So everybody welcome back to Not Supposed to Be Here. Week 2 back in the saddle. This is my certified thick co-host with two C's, Austin Roger Roth. I'm Zachary Tyler Willett, and we're coming to you through another Zoom. As you can see, we've upgraded a little bit. Hopefully, my audio is a little bit better this week. Unfortunately, we don't really get the feedback from that until after the recording's done. So if it's bad again
It
this
sounds
week,
good. It sounds good. I think you sound great.
well, thank you. That's probably the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
I think you sound good. I think you sound great. I think it sounds a lot more crisp and clear. And I think that but honestly, I didn't think you sounded bad last time either until it was
Yeah.
processed and
Yeah, until
everything.
it
And
was
then it does
processed.
what it does.
Something about that
So
process.
processing, the
Yeah.
old processing fee, it comes in to get you every time.
Yeah, that's Kid Rock and Donald Trump are taking a stand right now against the processing fees. Yeah, fees. They're not free, that's for sure. Um, through the old Ticketmaster. Gonna sign a new bill for that.
I tell you what, you'd have my fucking support
Yeah. Yeah,
because
because
Ticketmaster is wild.
yeah, $65 for this concert, and then you're checking out and you're like, where did I spend $600
You
at?
know, what's the other thing that's big with that? Is fucking Airbnb. Airbnb will
Yeah.
get you, dude. You're
Yeah,
like
you get the
119 a night, and then you
here we
check
go.
out and
We're
it end up
we're
being
back to the nickel and
380.
diamond of the world, It's just
That's the way it
it's just
goes,
so
man.
crazy. Like I was
Oh,
just talking to my wife about this the other day. It's just like back in the day, you used to get something and you got the value out of your money.
yeah.
Like you go to the car wash and they're like shining your rims and like, I hope that was good enough for you, sir. And you're like, I didn't even expect you to do that. Like, thank you for doing that. Here's an extra $2 tip. Now these servers and everybody and the world, they just like if you leave them under a 25% tip, they look at you like you're the devil. And it's
Well,
like you forgot my drink 15 times.
let's try to twist it around. All right,
Hmm.
and let's go from negative to positive. What is something good that we do get the value of? What are we going out there and we're getting the value of?
Diet Dr. Pepper.
Horrifically bad take. Top three of the worst things you've said out loud.
I'm a big Dr. Pepper guy. I've always been a big Dr. Pepper guy.
Diet pop, I'm not with. I don't support it. I
About
don't
two
support the
years
movement.
ago, I don't know why, I took a sip of a Diet Dr. Pepper. Somebody must have had it. I don't know. But for some reason, I enjoy Diet Dr. Pepper more than I enjoy any other soda. And I'm not like, truthfully, I'm not a big soda guy, but Diet Dr. Pepper, if it's around, I attack it.
I don't think of myself as a big soda guy, but I'm either drinking brisk, lemonade, Sprite, or high C. Like if I go somewhere, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm a big
Or I'm getting
coffee
water.
drinker, and then I drink iced tea in the summertime. Yeah, you hate the iced tea,
I
but whatever.
I love the problem is I truly enjoy coffee. Like especially it's like every year I get older, I like it more and more. but it just fucks my stomach up, dude. Like every time I drink it, I don't care if it's black, if it's with creamer, milk, and sugar. Every time I drink it, it fucks my stomach up. But I love it. Like on the weekend, if I'm not doing anything or going anywhere, I'm making coffee.
I drink anywhere from 4 to 5 black cups of coffee every day.
Well, it just becomes the next vice, you know. It's like
Oh yeah,
it's just the next vice. You know,
yeah.
people smoke cigarettes, people drink coffee, like it's just their vice, you know. It's like you can't my dad, he can't wipe his own ass in the morning unless he has a fucking his coffee with him. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
I swear to God.
You know, well,
So some people need it. And again, I love it. I don't dislike coffee. I love the coffee people. I got a real
mhm.
issue with people like you know, people like you piss me off when it comes to coffee. You know, you
Why?
guys aggravate because I heard this somewhere and it's so fucking true when it comes to people like you. Like, I
I don't know
like
what I
coffee.
would you please explain to the
I'm gonna
crowd
get
what
to it.
people
I'm
like
gonna
me
get to it.
are? Because
I
I'm
like
confused.
coffee. Okay. I don't mind it if it's black. I don't mind it if it has creamer. I like creamer, but I'll drink it black.
I'm going to take
You
notes on this.
and all, yeah, you should take fucking notes because you and all your little black only coffee fucking people, you know, black coffee matters. You should get a fucking shirt that says that because you'd
Should get a
wear it.
flag.
But the problem is, it's not that you like black coffee. It's that every time you're somewhere and like you're ordering coffee, it's like the people, I'm saying you, but it's everybody who does the coffee black. They can't just say like, oh, hey, I'll take a coffee, just black, please. It's like they have to fucking tell everyone in the world, like, I like it black. Like, they're like, you know, what do you want? I'm like, oh, coffee with creamer, please. What do you want? Coffee, black. And like,
Well, you got to say it
you
assertive,
put some
Austin. Otherwise, they'll
emphasis
start putting
on it.
creamer in.
Yeah, but you could it's like your way of life. It's like your personality. It's like, you know, how do you like your coffee? Black. I drink it black because I'm a man. It's like, listen, fucker, give me a little almond joy creamer in that bitch or some Cinnabon creamer, and we're fucking cooking with
I like
peanut oil.
creamer too, but I enjoy the taste of coffee. I'm one of those
I
people. I like coffee ice cream. I like this. I don't know. I was taking
Yeah,
notes
see,
because
now
I
you're
thought you were
getting
going to say
fucked up.
something of substance, but I'm about to cross all these notes out because I've come to the conclusion that you're just stupid.
Well, I don't like again, it's not the fact that you're liking the black coffee. I don't have an issue with that. I do have an issue with coffee flavored things. I
Mhm.
like coffee. Fucking would throw it out the window if you handed me coffee flavored ice cream. I don't
Oh,
like
I
that. I
love
don't like
coffee
coffee
flavored ice
flavored
cream.
chocolate. Any of that shit I don't like. Not
Yeah.
with it.
I tried Dubai chocolate recently. Not a fan.
Not a fan. What
Not a
is it?
fan.
Explain
I
it
don't
to
know.
me.
It's like a pistachio or
See, I like
pistachio, however you
pistachios.
want to say pistachio. I can go either or. And then it's got like this, I thought it was coconut flake inside of it because that's like what it looked like. But it's like this, I don't know. It was weird texture. It
What's the
wasn't
green
bad.
shit? Or the
That's
green is the pistachio?
it's the pistachio, but then there's like these little
Yeah, there's like
things in it, like
flakes or
these little
something.
flaky things in it, which I thought I would really like it. And
It
I'm
looks
not
good.
saying it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't like life change. That's my problem with trends. And I think it's why I dislike so many things that have become trends that like I didn't like prior to being a trend.
We talked
Which
about this the other day,
did we?
or
Like
we
yeah.
danced around the bush because I agree with what you're saying. It's
Yeah.
not that I find myself hating trends, and I'm sitting here like I always think, am I do what like what trends am I getting into?
Mhm.
Because I'm sure I get into some kind of
Well,
trends, but I
Chick-fil-A.
have a
Chick-fil-A was a major trend.
Chick-fil-A is
And
not a trend.
I
Chick-fil-A
think
is not a trend. It's no
that
more of a trend than going to McDonald's and getting a cheeseburger. It's just
okay,
because we didn't have them around us
yes,
is why
that's
it
the
seemed
issue.
like that.
Is here in Michigan that we were deprived of Chick-fil-A for so
Yes,
long
yes,
that we didn't we didn't ever get that. Like
yeah. It
and
was
so
nowhere
so
near
many
us.
people started getting it and they were like, it's just so good, it's just so good, it's just so good, it's just so good. And then you have it and you're like, it is good, but it's the people who oversold it to me. Like you if you oversell something and then I don't get that same pleasure out of it as you, it's like it really taints it for me because it's like I
I understand
enjoy
that.
it still, but I don't enjoy it to the extent of you.
Yeah,
It's kind of like drinking because when you're a kid, you're like, oh, drinking is going to be amazing, and then you get those first couple years of drinking, and you're like, I'm slamming this, and some people stick with it. They're like, I really enjoy drinking. I enjoy. I love to go get an old fashioned. I love to sip on a Jack and Coke. You know, I
and
like to do my things with it. I
then you
like to
have like pure degenerates like Logan.
Well,
You know.
I like to get on to be a little degenerate sometimes myself. But
Yeah, but you know.
then again, I also don't like, I'm not an alcoholic. But then like it's like tobacco too. Like I enjoy my nicotine consumption, but it's not a ton. When I first started chewing, I was chewing what, a can and a half a day. And some people as the addiction gets worse, you know, but for me it's just like I enjoy it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like
It's just
stoners.
a vice.
It's like there's some people out there, yeah, everybody has their vice, but everybody gets into something. And
That's
with
what
me, Me and the
Go for
trends, it's just like people just oversell everything to me, and that it's like crumble. Like I tried crumble cookie a few times. I was like, oh, this is pretty good. But then it's like, am I really going to keep paying like $6 per cookie for a semi-okay cookie when I'd rather go to Walmart and get those soft little ones that have the pink or green or whatever the holiday frosting is on top of
it.
them? Because
Hmm.
I can smash those, and those are 3.49 a box or a little
You,
tin of it.
you brought up stoners, and it got a train in my thought here of something
Hmm.
that I was thinking about the other day.
Well, most
Um,
stoners don't.
I have. It's not an issue. It's not. This isn't like a sell podcast. We just sit here
Mhm.
and sell shit all day long. But it's just shit that comes into my brain. You know, it's the whole point of it.
You're a very
I
opinionated person, Austin, and you
I
try to
am a
force your
very
opinion on
opinionated
other
person.
people, and that's where a lot of
Well,
disagreements
it's just
happen.
that I know what's right and wrong, and you have your opinion, I have my opinion, and my opinion is I'm allowed to tell you that you're wrong.
Yeah,
But
and your
this,
dad's one of those people that's said it the best his whole life. He's like, just because you say it doesn't mean it's right. And you
yeah,
still,
my dad's a fucking that aggravates the fuck out of me. That dumb shit, fucking. Just because you say it doesn't mean it's true. He used to say that all the time. But no,
yeah,
listen,
he's got
stoners.
it right.
I I think that not. I'm not talking about just your average person who smokes weed or whatever like that. I'm not talking about your Joe Rogans either. But I'm talking about there is a a section of the smoking marijuana culture, okay?
Hmm.
And I swear on my life, they use smoking weed in the same standpoint of like taking a union smoke break. But instead of it being for their job, it's for life. It's
Hmm.
like they don't even smoke weed to get high. They're not like getting, tuned up or anything. They're not getting buzzy. They're literally they just want to escape reality and have an excuse to do it. So what they say is, I'm going to go smoke weed really quickly. And then they sit there and they just boom, 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 boom. And like, because they do it so much, they don't even get really high.
Hmm.
But it's like their excuse to just say, you know what? I'm just going to just back out of my life. All responsibilities, everything I need to do. I'm taking a 5 to 10 minute break of my life and I'm just going to smoke weed to get out of it. And it's like, I think of, the military and how a lot of people don't smoke, when they used to do smoke breaks and all that. I don't know, maybe they still do, but you would never smoke or anything like that, cigarettes. And then you go in and you're like, I'm going to just pick up smoking cigarettes if I can get a fucking break, from doing what I have to do. That's what they do, but for life. They
Hmm.
literally are just like, oh, I have fucking fold the thing of laundry or do some responsibilities. I'm just gonna take a smoke break real quick, and I'm just gonna smoke weed and do fucking nothing,
Yeah,
do
but it's like we
fuck
were just
all.
saying, it's their vice. Eating is my vice.
Oh,
Eating is the thing that I get the
I'm
most
with you
amount of
on that.
dopamine from.
I'm with you
It's
on
just
that.
like it's there's something about food. It's comforting for me. It's the thing I like.
Yes.
But honestly, like we were just talking about smoking. If I went back to smoking cigarettes, I always enjoyed smoking cigarettes. But I look back to it and I didn't enjoy the act of smoking the cigarette. What I enjoyed was like usually you took a smoke break with somebody because I worked in the restaurant for so long. You
Yeah.
took a smoke break, you sat out there, you decompressed, and it's like
Hmm.
it used to be after like the most stressful shifts. There's like, four people go on a smoke break at the same time. So everybody just went through the same stress as you at a different
Hmm.
capacity. And now you're all sitting out there,
It's
you're smoking a
camaraderie.
cigarette. Yeah. And then sometimes you're just driving. Okay. Let's talk about cigarette smokers too, though. This is a completely
Okay.
off. This
Okay.
triggered
Here we
me the
go.
other day. This is something that bothers me. And I don't know why it bothers me because it's their lives and they can live it however they want. I really don't care, but I do at the same time. People who smoke cigarettes in their 50, 60, 70, $80,000 cars, just chiefing it up and I mean just lighting cigarettes off of other cigarettes, it just
Mhm.
bothers me. I got behind a guy in a Lincoln the other day, like a Navigator. So I mean this is an
Nice
expensive
car.
car.
Yeah.
Like,
Nice vehicle.
you know, and he is just in there. I mean, cigarette, I literally watched him light another cigarette off of his cigarette, keep smoking and talking on the phone. And it's just like you are just ruining the interior of that car by
They don't give a
smoking that
shit.
cigarette.
They
And it's
don't
just
give a
like
shit.
people who smoke cigarettes, they just reek of it all the time. And it's like it's
There's a
just,
smell. There's a smell. There's
it's
something.
just,
Maybe it's our generation and like
yeah,
where we grew up with like a lot more. I feel like we grew up where weed was a lot more
mhm.
common and cigarettes weren't as much because it's their bad cancer and everything.
I
I
don't
could
know. I
go
mean,
into a
weed's
house of
been common
people.
for a long time. The
I
issue
get
with
that, but
weed
it
now
wasn't
is
like
that it's
legal
legal.
and
Yeah.
exactly.
Like you go out in
Yep.
public and all you smell is weed anymore here in
That's
the
what I'm
state of
saying. But I
Michigan.
don't. It's rare that I come across like somebody who smokes cigarettes regularly, like
Hmm.
in their home or in their vehicle or wherever. It is like I pick that up quicker and
Hmm.
from a farther distance than I do
Yeah.
weed now. I really
Honestly,
do.
honestly, it's a more disgusting smell to me than weed.
It is. It turns me right off. Now
And
you
I,
get a little. Now drunk cigs don't count. Or don't count.
yeah, no,
Drunk cigarettes they don't count.
drunk darts, you know.
Yeah. Those don't count. Those
Those
don't
don't
count
count.
against your liver
Give
either, or your lungs. I
me,
mean,
as soon as I know I'm going to be drinking, give me a pack of Cowboy
yeah,
Killers and let's roll for the
yeah.
night.
I think that it's like one cigarette cancels out one beer, and the beer cancels out the cigarette as far as like how it affects your body.
It
That's
really,
just how I
it
view it. It just
really
doesn't count.
does.
Doesn't
It
count.
really does. But just like weekend calories don't count. Don't count calories on the weekend.
Sure,
You can't get fat
sure.
on the weekend.
I have a guy. Okay, I almost forgot about this. There's a gentleman that I work with. Okay,
Mhm.
older gentleman. Um, I'm talking to him the other day,
When we say
and he
older, are we talking just older than us or older and experienced in life? We're talking 50
like
plus.
50s, like
Okay.
low 50s, like 52, give or take.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
but he's been doing it for a while. But I'm just having a normal conversation about life or whatever, and he's talking about he's making some I don't know fucking spicy hot honey ranch some shit whatever. He's talking about cooking something, and then he just randomly throws in this little fucking thing without thinking it's a big deal. And he's like, "Oh yeah, well I'm fasting or whatever," and I'm like, "Oh, you're fasting?" And he's like, "Yeah." So I'm like, "You're only doing water?" And he's like, "Yep, just water." And I'm like, "Well, how long have you been doing it for?" Now no disrespect to him because I think he's a very good guy. He teaches me a lot. He's a good guy. Okay. So I don't mean any disrespect, but he's never going to watch us anyway. So I don't give a shit. Large individual. Okay. Large individual. Large.
I'm a large
Okay.
individual.
Large individual.
I'm a
And
large
he
and in
hits me
charge
with
individual.
I'm on day 21. He's 21 days into eating fucking nothing. And then I ask him, I go, how long are you doing this for? He says he's going to go for 45 fucking days. Can you imagine? Just think to yourself, you're not going to eat anything for four. You have to fucking kill me. You'd
I'd be
have to
depressed.
fucking kill
The
me.
issue with me wouldn't even be
I'd
the
be
fact that like
angry.
I could definitely survive. I've got more than enough fat to survive on.
I don't know if I
But it
could.
would just be like I've done the carnivore here, quite a few times and like that's a weird diet and I lose a lot of weight every time I do
But
it.
to not eat at
To
all,
not eat at all
fucking
is
nothing,
crazy.
dude.
I did the
Nothing.
one meal a day too, lost a ton of weight doing that. I
But
ate
even
whatever.
that, you're still getting a
Yeah,
little
you're still getting,
something.
but the issue for me really would be not getting that dopamine release of eating. Like every
Yeah,
day, like I get to
my
work,
heroin.
I get to work and I have to eat breakfast now. I was never a huge breakfast person, but I've recently became like a very big breakfast person. If I don't have breakfast, my day's ruined.
Mm,
Like
mm.
it just
Big
is.
breakfast, you just have to eat something.
I
Like
just have to eat something.
if
So
you
lately
smack
I've,
an apple, you're good.
I mean, I'm not eating it now, but I mean,
Okay, well, I'm just
I,
saying
I
like
could
that
get by
amount.
on an apple, yes.
Crack an apple and you're good.
But
Okay.
what I've been doing lately is I've been getting something frozen because I spend way too much money when I stop at the fast food places. And then, then you're running late sometimes because the fast food places take too long or they don't have what you had in mind to go there and get. So what I've been doing is getting those Jimmy Dean's has like a stuffed hash brown. You throw it in the
Yep.
microwave for 2 minutes, crisp
I
up.
saw
I,
that.
I can grab it, jump in the car, or I get like the breakfast sandwiches that you can microwave. Um, I don't like Greek yogurt. I think it tastes like butthole.
I don't
So
like Greek yogurt either,
I
dude.
don't, it
I
just
don't
doesn't,
like it
there's
either.
something about I like, I mean, I used to really like normal yogurt, but what I've realized is the yogurt I used to like was Danimals and all these just very sugary things.
Yep.
And now
Yep.
those just give me massive heartburn, so I just stay away from them.
Good animals. We remember the ones that you would get in school and like you had to squeeze the thing. If
Yeah,
you
the
squeeze the side and
Crushables.
it came up,
Yeah. Yeah, back in the
oh,
day. I do like frozen yogurt still, though. That's probably just sugar too, though.
froyo, yeah, froyo can fucking bop. Well, what's that? What's the place you go to and you get like all the toppings? Blend,
Yeah, well, I think
blend.
I don't know
Well,
what's
there's
one near
probably
me.
other names for other places,
Yeah.
but around us it's blend.
Remember
And you
what
go there, you get the frozen
those were
yogurt.
a Ponzi scheme for a while or something. They were part of the cartel or something because those things were popping up everywhere. Like there
Oh,
was
blend
three,
locations, you're saying?
yeah, there was just like fro-yo places everywhere for a hot minute.
What was it? It was a what?
A trend.
Trend.
There really was a trend.
A little
Yeah,
trend there for a little while. Yeah. No,
yeah,
people go through trends. It happens.
yeah.
Some people, I thought maybe golf would have been a trend, and it seems like that's just going to be till I die now. For better or for worse. Definitely for worse.
I feel
You
like
know.
golf is one of those things that's it's always been a trend, but it's always been like a upper middle class to upper class
Well, it's
trend.
very snooty. It
It
used to be very snooty, right?
and
I
now
mean,
like our generation's coming into it and we're like with live and all these other like golf has just became more accessible to the American public and I
hmm
feel like there's more around it and more people are enjoying it. I remember being a kid and watching it was the Masters or something. Tiger Woods won. That's all I remember. And I remember
happened a lot, but yeah.
my family was just going nuts because it was like a third or fourth big win at whatever this tournament was. I really feel like it was the Masters. And I remember like my uncles
We,
going
we would have been
nuts,
too
my
young.
cousins going nuts. Like we're watching that on the old school 70-inch plasma screen, and they're going nuts. I'm like,
Mhm.
God, I hope I'm never boring enough to sit down and watch golf.
I said it all the time to my dad. I
That,
remember going out there and he'd watch a golf, and I'm like, dude, come the fuck on. Turn the news
yeah,
on or something. Like,
yeah,
who watches golf? I
yeah,
could sit. All I watch is golf. If my
yeah.
fucking phone is on, I'm watching golf.
Yeah, but then like I was telling my wife the other day, like I want to get a small TV with one of those like little movable racks just so I can set it outside. I can sit in the hot
Yeah,
tub at night and watch
yeah,
golf. And it's
yeah.
like who did I become? But I
You
digress.
you grew up. That's all it is. I mean, I golf was also very like you know like serious and like you had to
Hmm.
dress nice and you had to do all this
Hmm.
where like our generation is wearing t-shirts out there and stuff and see
Hmm.
I'm like right down the middle because if it's
I
like
am
a
too.
after work or whatever
Hmm.
like when we used to go after work and we work
Hmm.
together over there we just go in whatever the fuck we were wearing shirts
Hmm.
shorts whatever we'd
Hmm.
go play dog trap kind of course
Uh-huh.
nothing crazy but on like a Sunday morning with the boys part of me thinks it's not a costume's the wrong word, but it's like a uniform. It's like what
Hmm.
you wear when you go. Like you don't have to dress
Yeah.
fucking to the nines, but at least
Hmm.
wear a polo.
Yeah.
I mean, throw a
Yeah.
fucking polo on. You can wear, like I don't like hoodies, but that's a
Hmm.
personal thing with the hood. But
Hmm.
you can wear a hoodie, you can wear a quarter zip, whatever. But like
Hmm.
you got to have a polo. You're not wearing like I have an issue with jeans. I know
Yeah, me
so many
too.
people who golf in jeans, and I think I might have even quite a few times grown up, but I can't fucking stand when people wear jeans on it. It seems like such a casual fuck you. Like
Yeah.
especially if you have a polo in jeans, I could I
Hmm.
could I could throat chop you. I can't stand that shit. It just
See,
aggravates
but
me.
that's like where I'm at, like in the bit in between too. Like I enjoy having the music out on the course.
Hmm.
I enjoy having
Hmm.
like drinks. Sometimes
Having some
I like to
drinks.
get a little tipsy out on the course.
Yeah.
Like but like our parents'
May or may not
generation,
do a little shroom bar. I don't know. It depends on it depends on the day, I guess, right?
that's more Issa's territory and less mine. But
We know
um,
people who do it, is what I'm saying, though, and it doesn't
yeah,
bother us. Like you can do whatever you want. We're just there to have fun. But it's like
yeah,
we're
you
a
could drop
polo.
a tab of acid out there for all I care. I
That's a
mean,
little wild. That's a little
that's I
wild.
mean,
But I know people who
I
would.
don't want to see you doing coke though.
We got to keep that out. This is a calm sport.
Yeah,
We don't need to
yeah.
get too wet and wild. And Coke would be a bad, especially anger wise. I'm breaking multiple clubs if I'm on Coke and I'm hitting something, dude. And I'll tell you what, I'm probably not riding in a cart. I could run. I could
You,
run the course. It'd be like speed golf.
you could hit your ball, and before it even lands, you're like, I'm underneath of it. Like you're watching where it's rolling to.
Oh yeah, I'm literally
Um, you could catch it like
looking
a
up at it.
pass, like you're
Literally,
Amon
yeah.
Ross St. Brown out there.
We leave Coke out of the game of golf. Okay,
Yeah,
we leave Coke out of it.
yeah, yeah.
Why
We're
don't
probably
you why
gonna
don't you get into a little Memorial Day? This episode's going to come out on Memorial Day,
this
Monday.
this will come
Um,
out on Memorial Day, and
Tell us a little something.
the thing about Memorial Day is I've been in the National Guard for 8 years. Uh, I've done quite a bit of time with uh active duty and with National Guard members, and I've done different things. And growing up, I don't think I really understood Memorial Day that much. It's that meme you always see. It's a
It's not
long
enjoy the
weekend.
long weekend.
Weekend,
It's I thank
yeah,
God for the
yeah.
born
But
stars and straps. Yeah, banger.
something I've noticed on Memorial Day is like a lot of people just don't understand that it's not for the active service members. That's what Veterans Day is for.
Hmm.
It's for the people who died.
Yep.
I ask everybody to take, 1, 2 minutes, 30 seconds, 15 seconds, and just stop and reflect on your freedoms on that day because everybody who serves signs the dotted line, which is payable to the United States for your life. And this is a day about the people who cash that check. Um, I know a lot of people who have died, both service related and suicidal. Um, some other just, freak accidents in the world or diseases and stuff as well. And just to really take a member for those ones though that died for your country, died for your freedoms. Um, I do have a video I'd like to play. It's Ronald Reagan. I believe
Mr.
that I have
Reagan,
that up.
Mr. Hollywood himself.
Uh, talking
Very well
about
said. Very well said, Mr. Willett.
talking about everything, talking about Arlington, everything. Let me get that up here on the old share
I love this right
screen.
now. You look like a college professor in a Zoom classroom meeting right now. You're
It's
like,
kind of what I
let
feel
me
like,
see
honestly.
how to use this here. If I scroll over,
I'm
oh
still getting
God,
I'm still getting used to the old laying it up out here. This is going to come from Champion Forest. Shout out to them. We aren't trying to infringe on anything, but thank you for making this video. It came out about 10 years ago, but I still feel like it has the impact. It's a little over 2 minutes, so just something for us to reflect back on. Boom!
Some time back, I received, in the name of our country, the bodies of 4 Marines who had died while on active duty. I said then that there is a special sadness that accompanies the death of servicemen, for we're never quite good enough to them. Not really, we can't be, because what they gave us is beyond our powers to repay. And so when a serviceman dies, it's a tear in the fabric, a break in the whole, and all we can do is remember. It is, in a way, an odd thing to honor those who died in defense of our country, in defense of us, in wars far away. The imagination plays a trick. We see these soldiers in our mind as old and wise. We see them as something like the founding fathers, grave and gray-haired. But most of them were boys when they died, and they gave up 2 lives, the one they were living and the one they would have lived. When they died, they gave up their chance to be husbands and fathers and grandfathers. They gave up their chance to be revered old men. They gave up everything for our country, for us. We owe them a debt we can never repay. All we can do is remember them and what they did and why they had to be brave for us.
And like I said, it's just something small, something that's out there, but it's something very powerful. It's something that the first time I watched it, it brought tears to my eyes. Uh, we obviously played at one of the most American courses in the world. We got to throw the nickel into the
The
grass,
cross on the stone, yeah.
cross on the stone, old Air Force tradition. But our country is something powerful. No matter
It
what
is.
you want to look at it, and it's only powerful because of those people.
Yeah. I'd love
Only
to
as
bring
great as
back
what it is.
a little bit of patriotism. I'd love to bring that back a little bit. And it's sad to
Mhm.
say, but it's always after a tragedy. It's always
Yeah,
after something really
it
bad
really
happens
is.
that we finally come together. So,
It
but
really
that's
is.
honestly with life too. Think of like how many families are ripped apart and then somebody
Hmm.
passes away or something happens, and it's
Hmm.
sad that it has to have something bad happen in order for,
Yeah,
people to come together,
yeah.
and be one.
Um, I mean, when obviously we grew up in the post 9/11 era. I just remember patriotism being, I remember driving down the street and everybody had an American flag. Memorial Day,
Everybody.
everybody thanked the service members. You drove by the
Yep.
cemetery, you looked at all the American flags out there. You looked at all the
Yep.
service members different. You saw the VA, or not the VA halls, the VFW, and in these everybody had their little poppies that they got from the VFW.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah. But
our
it's
country is
not
something special because of those people.
it's nothing to be sad about either though. We got a lot
Yeah,
to be proud about. We'll
yeah,
enjoy this Memorial Day weekend. Spend some time with family, spend some time with friends.
mhm,
And have a great day. Have a great day out there.
yeah. And along with that, like I just want to say, make sure you don't forget why you have that day. Don't forget why you have the freedoms you have because of those men
Yeah.
and women.
Good man. Good man.
So,
Good man. All right.
yeah,
On to some more uplifting, on to some more positive, some fun, some excitement, some energy, as they say. Um, I wanted to discuss with you a little thing about music.
I love music.
Okay. So you know me, I'm a podcast guy. Like I
Hmm.
got away from music for a while, to be honest with you. Just I feel
Okay.
like because when I traveled for work, I had
Hmm.
so many hours where it's like
Hmm.
you just listen to music and it's just like
Yeah,
at some
it
point
gets
every
hard.
country is the same, every rap is
Hmm.
the same, every pop is it's just
Hmm.
like fuck, dude. It's too much. So I got
Yeah.
into podcasts, 99% of the time I'm listening to a podcast when I'm driving, when I'm doing whatever,
Hmm.
dishes, mowing the lawn, I'm listening to a podcast. The
Hmm.
past couple days, I've randomly just started like listening to music when I'm driving,
Hmm.
and I'm telling you right now, there, there's certain songs, and when you listen to these songs, it has a fucking an inner feeling. Like you feel that music. And music is just to me one of the greatest fucking things ever. Like you can be sad, happy, angry.
No,
Fucking it doesn't matter what you're
nothing can
feeling.
influence your life more than music, I feel like. I mean,
It's weird because it's like
it's
what you're going through. It's like
mhm,
that's the music that you listen to, and it's not because like you're
mhm,
looking up the songs. It's like you turn on like if you're sad, you turn on the radio, and it's
mhm.
like a depressing sad song, or if like
Yep.
you're
When
fucking
you
fired up,
when you just need to
AC/DC
be,
comes on.
yeah, when you need to be uplifted, it's
Yeah,
just,
I
some for
love it.
King and Country comes on or something, it's
Great
just
band, great band.
uh
I think that we need performers, and there's not a lot of them. It's not
yeah.
like it used to be. Your Michael
Hmm.
Jacksons, your Pink,
Hmm.
your fucking AC/DC, your
Hmm.
Metallica, it doesn't matter like what
Yeah.
genre. There was performers. Elvis,
Hmm.
Frank Sinatra, like there was performers. And now
Well,
it's like you have Drake and shit, but it's
I think you hit the nail on the head with us though. Like a lot of people have shifted from listening to music. W-
yeah,
like in prior to like we woke up on a Saturday and the radio went on.
yeah,
Like that was like a
yeah,
thing in our house. We had one of those
yeah,
radios that went under the cabinet.
yeah.
It was always, it was either
Whenever you're
rock
working in the
music,
garage,
yeah, whenever you're working
you
in the
got
garage and
music
stuff.
playing.
And I feel like we've just really gotten away from that in life. I mean, I'm a big podcast person too. I have the ones that I listen to on Monday, I have the ones I listen to on Wednesday, I have
Yep,
the ones I listen to on
yep.
Friday, and then I have Tuesday and stuff in between. So in our office, we've been trying to fill it with more music.
Hmm,
Other days when there's not sports going on or something like that.
hmm.
And like it just the way that music can reflect your mood too. So like if you listen to more angry music, you feel angry. If you listen to more sad music, it makes you just reflect on life. There's something that like music just has like an attachment to your soul. And I feel like that's been a thing for a very long time. And it's just
I don't disagree.
it,
I don't disagree. It's something where like when you need it, it comes to, and it's
mhm,
always there. Like it's like I was just talking to Brooke the other day, and I was like I don't even know what I was doing. I was doing the dishes or something. I was like listening to music, and I looked at her and I said, "Do you know how many times?" Like it was trying to even think who the fuck was. I couldn't even tell you who was on it, what the song was, but whatever it was, we've listened to a million times. And I was like, I looked at her and I just said, "Do you know how many times that we, like me and you and like Stin and Logan or Dewey or his family, wherever, we would just sit around a fire
mhm,
and like maybe we talk, maybe we won it, but like there would just be music playing and we just sit there and like
yeah,
listen to it for fucking hours. Like I can't even tell you how many hours of my lifetime have been spent just sitting around a fire, sitting up at the beach, going on our tubing trip, doing whatever.
mhm,
And there's just always music there. Music is a
mhm.
great fucking thing.
Yeah, it
Okay.
really is. I
Music
mean,
is a great thing.
think about the thing is music you can make a connection to. Like think about
Yes.
the songs that you listen to in your
Yep.
grandfather's
Yep.
garage and you listen to
Yep.
your grandmother and your grandfather sing along to it. Think about like I remember my grandfather finding out that I had gotten so much into country music like I had. And he was just
Hmm.
very like shocked about it. And I was like, I don't know, it's just got like this moving way. And like I really enjoy older country, like the Patsy Clines, the Waylon Jennings, the Hank
Yep.
Williams, the Hank Williams Jr. And he was just very shocked by that. And I was like, it's a different type of music. It has a
Hmm.
different, like I enjoy a lot of the modern stuff, but that's all hooks.
Yep.
That's
Just
it's
catchy,
not
catchy hooks,
it's
catchy hooks.
catchy. It gets stuck in your
Yeah.
head to where I mean, you put on like 80s rock, you put on 60s rock pop, you put
Yeah.
on you
Yeah.
put on like and it moves you a little bit more.
No, it
It,
does. It does. And like you said, there's memories you pull. Like
yeah,
Shaggy came on the other day, and
yeah.
all I could
I
think
mean,
about was grandfather on the
mhm,
boat, just
mhm.
dancing to fucking Mr. Boombastic, fucking
Yeah,
Shaggy. And it's like
that's
it just flows through my head. I
I
love
mean,
that shit.
I have a whole box of records over here because I enjoy to
Yep.
listen to them on vinyl, and it's
Yeah.
just like just so many memories you have between every song. Like Ozzy Osbourne comes on and it reminds me of my mom.
Yep.
Chris Stapleton comes on and it can remind me of
Hmm.
this. It's just music is just a wonderful.
It
It
is
really
great. But
is.
there's also nothing wrong with the podcast. And just
No,
as you said, Mr. Will, you have you listen to on Monday and Thursdays and Wednesdays. Everybody can go ahead and just postmark not supposed to be here for Monday mornings.
subscribe.
Just add it into your new thing, subscribe, hit the like button, comment, share,
Let's talk about
show some
views,
love.
Mr. Austin. We had this
Views.
discussion this week.
We did.
We're
We
pushing
did.
we're pushing the music sector of this out, and we are talking about views on this podcast now.
Okay.
If you
Okay.
folks want to see something big, you need to start watching. You need to start telling your friends to watch. You need to
Yes.
start telling
Like, comment,
tell
share,
your
subscribe.
grandma to watch. She's going to enjoy this. Everybody's going
Grandmas
to
love
enjoy it.
us.
Yeah,
Grandmas love us.
they
I've
really do.
never had a grandma that hasn't loved me.
No, two
You know?
handsome young men. That's a
Yeah.
strapping young boy over there. I've heard that many times in my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
And but anyways, Mr. Austin reached out to me the other day. Um, he said, how many likes or how many views was it
Are you talking about
for the
for the chip?
challenge? Yeah.
I said so. I saw this, and first of all, this isn't
Or was
new.
it
Okay, this is
subscriber? I don't remember.
this has been done hundreds of times on
Hmm.
TikTok, on YouTube, on TV. This is nothing new. Okay, but Mr. Willett over here, okay, he handles spicy shit pretty good. Okay, and I keep seeing these compilations of
Certain things.
fucking look at me, I just did a college Nick right there.
No, so I have figured out
Compilations.
since then that the word ha is compilation. I was wrong.
I always say compilation, but
Well, I always
compilation,
thought it was a
whatever the fuck.
compilation of videos, therefore the word was
Yeah,
compilation. It is not. It is compilation. I know I
whatever the
hear it
fuck.
pronounced that way a lot. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe they're wrong. I don't know. The world's just wrong
Either
on its
way,
own.
I saw a bunch of videos of people doing the one chip, that spicy one chip challenge again. And that thing's fucking hot. That thing is
Hmm.
fucking hot. So I just
Hmm.
texted you. I said, Mr. Willett, I said, how many subscribers do we have to get
Subscribers.
to for you to do the one chip challenge live on the podcast? And you put it, I thought you were going to go way higher. You only said 100.
Yep.
So we need 100 subscribers, and Mr. Willett is going to do the one chip challenge live on the pod. I'm thinking, I don't know if I talked to you about it yet, but the more I said it, like that's a very reasonable goal. Like we
Hmm.
can get to 100 subscribers, and
This,
you're going to do that chip challenge, and I want you to do the challenge, and then while you're doing it, we're going to do the TB3 or something because I want it to take effect. I don't want you to just do it. Ooh, that was hot. Okay, goodbye, and end the
mhm.
pod. I need us
Yeah.
to see the pain,
All right.
see the fucking
So,
pain.
what we'll do, and because I took this one step further, and I said I was willing to do a challenge
Yep.
for every milestone that I believe. So we're talking
Yep.
100 subscribers,
Yep.
500 subscribers, 1,000
Sure.
subscribers,
Sure.
5,000 subscribers,
Sure.
10,000 subscribers, and then from there,
That's a lot. That's a lot.
I'll make some new deals. So
Yeah.
tell people to subscribe, tell them to view, tell them to
Yes.
like.
Yes.
If you want to
Yes.
see me do things, the only
I
challenge
need
I
to
am
see the
not
chip.
willing to do again in my life is the cinnamon challenge. I like
Yeah,
cinnamon.
that's
Don't
tough,
ruin
bro.
cinnamon for me.
That's
Um,
tough. I
but
I know you handle spicy food well. I
I'll do
know
a
you do.
spice challenge. I'll do the last dab from Hot Ones. I'll do whatever the challenge is. How many grapes can he fit in his mouth? I don't care. Mr. Austin can come up with the challenge. There'll have to be some agreements there. It can't just be, whatever. But
The chip one, I'm telling you right now, I am excited because it's gonna. I just know, like, your face is gonna get red. You're gonna probably cry. Your nose is gonna get going. You're gonna be spitting up. You're gonna have milk and ice cream and shit all ready to go.
yeah,
I am fucking excited. We're only like I think 78 or something subscribers away. So I think hopefully in the next few weeks, few months or something, we can get there quickly. Because I wanna see you do the chip, and I think everybody wants to see you do the chip. I mean, let's not play around here. You know,
I'm willing to
we
do the chip.
we want to see the chip. We
I'm
want
willing to
to
do
see
the
the
chip.
chip, and that's going to happen by what? Liking, subscribing, sharing. Okay,
Hmm.
comment. Throw a like and throw a comment. All right, we
Hey,
love likes, we love comments, we love shares.
call your crazy cat lady aunt. Tell her to subscribe. You know,
God, I'm
get us out
excited.
there. Get us out
Oh,
there.
that's going to be fun. That's going to be
Well,
fun.
let's roll into something new now, something else that's about this podcast. TB3, that's the thing. We're
All
trademarking
right.
it, baby. That's our
Okay.
thing. For those
Yep.
people who have been here, for those people who haven't been here, whatever, let's give you a little recap. Let's introduce you to it. TB3, top three, bottom three. So
Yep.
by that we mean our number one is going to be the best, and then our on the very bottom, our bottom one will be the very worst of that
Yep.
category.
Yep. Yep. You got a
And
top, you got a bottom, baby. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Pretty quick
yep.
and easy. And
Sometimes
it
we'll
can be
throw a
anything.
couple. Sometimes we like to throw a couple honorable mentions in there, but
Yep. Yep. Depends. Some things need a little bit more than just three, right? Some things you need
mhm,
to get a little into. And it's anything. I mean, it's food, it's movies,
mhm,
it's literally anything that you can physically think of
mhm,
to rank in an
mhm,
order.
yeah.
We're doing it. Okay. We're doing
Comment
it.
what you would
And
like to see us do a TB3 on,
yep.
because
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah. Give us
sometimes
some
we run out of
suggestions.
things. But
Yeah.
this week we're going to take a little trip over to Italy and
Italy, also known as Italy,
Italy, Italian.
Italy,
Yeah.
Italian.
It's my favorite sandwich when I go somewhere. I order an Italian, but we're going to We're gonna hit over to the pizza sector of the world, the round
Pizza,
pies, the
baby.
square pies, triangular pies, if you will.
Hmm. Hmm.
We don't discriminate,
Nope. And
but
this is the little caveat I want to put into this before
mhm.
we get going here, okay? And that is
I'm all ears.
we do certain TB3s where you're actually 2 years. We do because you have two, you know. We have we
Fuck,
do
who's
TB3s
my
about
contact?
movies and stuff like that where you can pick a bad movie. Like it's easy to say this is
Hmm.
bad. When it comes to pizza, I want this to be known right away.
Yeah, all
All
pizzas are good
pizza is
pizza.
good pizza. Thank you.
Well,
All
not
pizza
all
is good
pizza is
pizza.
good pizza, but I've had some bad pizzas. I've had some turn me off pizzas.
I understand that, okay, but for the 99% of it,
I've
all
walked into
pizza
a
is good
pizza
pizza,
shop
okay?
erect and left flaccid before. Okay,
all, will it? Will it? This is a PG family friendly show here, okay? We can't be
that's
talking
why I
about
said erect
erectile
and flat.
dysfunction.
I said erect and flaccid. I didn't say
Fair
hard and
enough.
not hard or
Well, now
soft
we
or
did. So
whatever.
now we're into it. Now
Yeah,
we're
now
into
it's
it. But
out
here's the
there.
deal.
Let's
Look,
bleep it.
all pizza is good pizza. So even like my bottom, it's not, I'm not saying that I physically wouldn't eat them. They're just not my favorites, and they're
Yep.
on the bottom
Yep.
list of what I
If
would
it's at the
order.
party, you're gonna eat it. You're gonna enjoy
Yep.
it, but
Yep.
you're not
Yep.
gonna go out of your way. That's exactly how mine
Yes.
goes
Yes.
too.
Yes.
Just
Okay. Okay. Do you want me to start us off, or do you want to start us off? Do we want to just go
um.
through the top, through the bottom?
Let's
How do you want to
I
approach
got I
this
think
week?
I got a coin over here somewhere. We
Okay.
could do a flip. Actually, I have a
Okay.
poker chip that's meant for golf. It
Okay.
is a donut.
Fair.
We're gonna call that the head. Then it
Okay.
says donut miss on the back.
Okay.
We'll call that
Okay.
tails.
Here we go.
Call it in the air.
Heads.
Heads, folks. Go ahead.
Boom. Okay. Okay. Do we want to go back and forth snake style, or do you just want me to go one, two, three for the
We'll
top
go
or for
snake
the
style.
bottom? Okay. You want me to start top or bottom?
I like a little slithery. Uh, you make the choice. You won the toss.
Let's do bottom.
All
Let's just get the bad right out of the way.
right.
Okay.
All right. Negative
So
energy out.
pretty. I had no issue at all picking my bottom for this. I really didn't. Okay. My number three. It's not the absolute worst, but it's definitely not my go-to. It's not even that I dislike it. I don't understand it, truthfully. I've had it multiple times. I've had it in the place it was invented. I've had it at the places they tell me is the absolute best to have it. Chicago. I don't like Chicago deep dish. Now, I don't mind
That's
deep
your
dish
number three
pizza. That's my number three.
on the bottom.
I'm
Okay.
not big on the Chicago pizza. I don't know if it's the cheese. And I love cheese. I've had it in Chicago. I've had it at
Mm-hmm.
all the places they tell you to. I just can't get it. It's just too much
It's
for me. I
yeah,
don't know what's
yeah.
going on.
I get it.
But
I
that's my
get it.
number three.
So, I mean, I'm there with you kind of in a way. My number three is the Neapolitan pizza, which is that it's
Fair.
puffed up on the sides. It's
Yep.
very in the middle.
Yep.
It's a denser pizza to me. It's not
Yeah.
got like, I'm a toppings guy. I like toppings on my
Hmm.
pizza. It's a very
Hmm.
simple pizza. To me, it's more like a breadstick that you threw a couple basil leaves on.
See, it's to me, it's a that pizza. That's an Instagram pizza. That's
Yep.
a pizza that's good for likes.
Hmm.
It's good for it's very
hmm
photogenic.
It
It gets
looks
great
good.
pictures. It
Yep.
looks great.
hmm
You can take a picture, advertise it. You're like, oh my gosh, this is a great pie. And then you eat it, and it kind of just falls flat.
Yep.
So I got
Nope.
nothing against a
Yeah.
Neapolitan. Um, we'll go straight into my number two here. Okay, and
Is
this
it
is where
Napoleon or Neapolitan?
I
Just
think
real
it's
quick.
Neapolitan. I think it's
I think so
Neapolitan.
too.
That's
I
how I
could be
usually
wrong,
say it, anyways.
but we are just
Um,
two fat guys from the Midwest. We've been hearing words wrong our entire lives.
Listen, if there's anything that we know is food, though, okay?
Yeah.
If there's anything that we can pull together on, it's food.
hmm
Um, my number two, and I went a little back and forth on this, but it's something that I find myself eating often, especially at events or parties or whatever. Talk about pizza, get me going here. Is a Sicilian. It's a
Mm.
Sicilian style pizza, and it's mainly because like the edges are good. I don't like the fact that the slices are so fucking small. Is my first problem. Like
hmm
I don't want to have to eat 17 slices of fucking pizza in order to
hmm
make myself feel like I ate three.
hmm
They're tiny, and then you get into the middle, and there's no crust going on either.
hmm Yeah.
I don't like it.
But then
I
you've
don't
also
like.
got the
It's a child's
sauce on the
pizza.
top of that one too, It's
It's
just
just not for me.
I
Sicilian
get
at
it.
number two.
I get it. I think that I'm very impressed by how close our list actually are.
Okay. Okay.
Um, my number two on the bottom is Chicago style pizza. I
Okay.
traveled there with Matthew Dewey,
Yep.
a couple years
Yep.
ago now,
Well
and
known trip.
we went to those places and it wasn't for me. I got the toppings I
I
wanted, I got
wanted to love
everything.
it.
Yeah,
I
so did I.
wanted to love it.
So did I. But it was like I got a personal sized one and I got a bigger one.
Yep.
And I've had it from Uno's, I've had it from other chains, I've had it from the place in Detroit that makes it the best, blah 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 blah
Yep.
blah.
Yep.
And it's good. Like I will tell you, it's good, but it's not something I would ever go out of my way for. And it's not if it's something else is on the menu, if like one of my top three is on the menu, I'm
Hmm.
reverting and I'm saying, screw the Chicago, give me one of the top three. Don't want to
Yeah,
leak any information,
I
This
agree.
is this isn't a
I agree.
signal chat. We're not going to leak
Um,
anything.
I'll go into my number one. And now this, I said all pizza is good
Hmm.
pizza. This is the exception of the rule for me.
Hmm.
I'm a hypocrite with a lot of things in life. I change my
Hmm.
mind on things. I grow. I mature. I change.
Hmm.
I think from when I was born, I had a hatred for this.
Okay.
I feel very in the lone,
Hmm.
very in the minority of this group of people, but I know there's some people out there. My number one, absolute bottom of the fucking bottom pizza is a goddamn calzone. I
Interesting.
do not
See, I don't know if I'd
fucking
consider a
like calzone.
calzone a
It's
pizza
got to be a style. See, this is where I went back and forth because I was
because
worried
that's
that I didn't. It's definitely it's literally a pizza folded in half.
it is, but it's that's what makes it different. You know what's crazy is I had a calzone for dinner tonight. Well,
I know you did. I
I
know
had a
you did. Well,
Jed's Deli boat.
you sent that in, and I looked at Brooke and I said, "See, he's gonna think it's because he sent that picture." But I swear to God, I wrote this list before.
Well,
And
I
as
love
soon
those
as you
Jed's
said
Deli boats.
pizza for the idea, literally as soon as you said it, my brain immediately went calzone. Like that was the first thing I wrote down was
Mhm.
number one bottom calzone. I fucking hate them. I can't explain to you specifically why,
I don't like
but I
when I
can't stand them.
I don't like when I go somewhere and I order a calzone and the sauce is on the side.
There's like an air pocket. It's
Hmm.
way over greasy most of the time.
Yeah.
Even though they put the slits in it, it still has too much rise on
Yep.
it.
But the
I,
Jed's Deli boats, man, I love those things. I don't know if it's the
just
bread, I don't know what it is. I love those things.
put a
'Cause
knife
that's
in my kidney. I
even
don't
my
want it.
wife, she was like, "Man, these things are good tonight."
I would
That's
eat a
crazy.
fucking
That's crazy.
a rolled up piece of dog shit before I put a fucking calzone in my mouth. I don't like calzones.
Would you
Not
lick the
only do
white
I
dog
not
shit?
like them, I'm against them. I would lick the white dog shit, to be quite
Mm.
frank with you.
Mm.
I'm not only dislike them, I'm fucking against them. I would like those guys who stand with the signs. That's me. Fuck
Mhm.
calzones. I don't
Okay.
want them. I don't think they should be sold.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
Sorry.
All right. So let's go to my number one most hated,
Here we go. Here we
Sicilian.
go. Wow.
Sicilian.
Wow. Very
I
surprised.
and it's funny because you're gonna hear another version that's on my top three. There's just something about the Sicilian. I just have never. I think it's the sauce
I
that they
agree.
use, and then they put the sauce on the
Could
top.
be.
It might be
Could
the
be.
sauce on the top for me that really does me in for some of it. I've
Mm,
had good ones. I have, but again, it's I go somewhere and they're like, "Oh, we serve Sicilian style pizza."
mhm.
I'm not Joey Diaz. I'm not gonna get up and walk out because you're not serving blue cheese with your wings.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm also not gonna, I might look for the burger on your menu.
Yeah, I just don't. I feel like it's a go-to at parties too, because
Hmm.
it serves so many, but it
Yeah.
doesn't serve so many. You know, they say it like serves 20 people. It's because the fucking slices are fucking this big.
Hmm.
You have to literally eat five of them to get one normal slice of pizza.
Hmm.
I'm with you completely on the Sicilian.
All
Fuck
right.
it. I'm right there with you.
You want me to go back to back, go up to my number three, or do you want to
Why
jump
not?
back in? All right.
Why not? I want to say something really quickly though. Have you
Okay.
ever had I forget, I don't know what it's called. Okay, so don't quote me on this.
Hmm.
But I don't know if it's newer, if it's older, but I've seen it. I tried it a couple years ago. I haven't had it in a while now. Um, but it's where they do the pizza, normal pizza. Think of like a normal pizza. You got your sauce, you got your dough, everything's good. But then when it's done cooking and before they give it to you, they throw a pretty good layer of cold mozzarella.
Yes, I have
Have
had
you
it.
had that?
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good.
It's a weird thing going
Yeah.
on there because the cheese
Yeah.
is cold, but the pizza's warm. It's a weird,
Hmm.
I don't know. It's one of those right down the middle. I either hate
Hmm.
it or I love it.
Yeah.
I
That's
think you
kind of
just
where
got to be in the middle.
that one's floats in the middle for me too.
Yeah. Yep. All
But
right. Sorry to interrupt. Go to your
well,
number three.
it's all right. I'm used to you interrupting and throwing your opinion on everybody. But let's go to my number three, which is pan pizza, the circular pan pizza. Domino's has got one of my favorite ones
Just your standard pan pizza.
yeah,
Okay.
you're saying, we got the hand tossed pan made or the pan handmade pan pizza from Domino's. It's
There
my
it
number
is.
one thing that I go to when I go there and get something. They
Okay.
got the stuffed one now. It's stuffed with mozzarella, and I know the Italy's don't like it, but I do.
Hmm.
I do.
I got nothing against that whatsoever. Um, it's the
Nice,
classic.
nice
It's what
fluffy
you get the
crust
most
to
of the
it.
time. It's
Hmm.
what you're going to get 99% of the time. As far as where we
Yeah.
are, we don't live in New Haven. We don't live in we don't have the ability. We don't have Sally's
Mhm.
next to us or anything. So it kind of is what it is.
Mhm.
Number three for me, just something I don't know if you necessarily would expect, but I don't know with the way the lists have gone, maybe you have it on yours too. Um, I call it very different than Brooke. So Brooke is trying to tell me it's called a pizza boat. I've never referred to it as that before. It's a French bread pizza.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I
I would
love a
not call
French
it a
bread
pizza
pizza.
boat, but she
Neither would
also
I.
calls them instead of pajamas, she calls them pajamas. So
There's a
she's
lot
already
wrong there.
she's wrong in a lot of things in life, and
Yes.
this is something
Yes.
else she's wrong with.
I agree with that too completely. I'm hoping that the people kind of back me up on that. But yeah, a French bread pizza. They're quick.
Hmm.
They taste very good for me. If they're done right, you can overdo a French bread quickly, and the
Can.
bread's too hard. But
Hmm.
if it's crispy but soft,
Hmm.
good. I love a French bread pizza.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love a
No,
French bread pizza.
those are pretty good. Um, my number two is honestly going to be a New York slice of pizza. It's a simple slice of pizza. That's one of the ones that I
Okay.
don't love a bunch of toppings on. But if I go
Yep.
somewhere and they serve like good New York style pizza, I love it. Man, I'll eat two, three slices of it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and those
Yeah.
are
And
big
that
slices.
same argument against the Sicilian is why I'm
Mhm.
pro New York slice because you're getting a fucking slice of pizza. You can get
Yeah,
two of those and
yeah,
you're doing just fine.
yeah.
You're doing
Dave
just fine.
Portnoy, no, he likes a good undercarriage. I like those
Yep.
ones because they're a little floppy. They have just
You
enough.
like a flop. You're pro
Yeah,
flop.
yeah.
Okay.
On those, oh yeah, oh
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I got nothing
Hmm.
against it. Listen. We could have a 4 hour podcast on pizza. Okay, pretty
Yeah, we
quickly
really
here.
could.
Okay,
We
pizza's
really
great.
could.
Um,
We'd have to call the Michigan alum himself.
I wouldn't be against when we're done here throwing a couple honorable mentions in either.
That's I would love a honorable
Because
mention
there's
or
a
two.
couple of them that I have here. All right, so my number two, um, again, something I went back and forth on for a while. The top I had a harder time than the bottom because I love so much pizza. But I
Okay,
thought to myself, not necessarily what am I eating all the time, but what do I like?
okay,
What do I
okay.
like?
And
And it's going to seem, what'd you just say?
and
So that's true. So flip 180 now. Detroit deep dish.
as an interesting call from the Mr. Roth.
I am a thin crust pizza guy. Anybody who knows me knows that. I am
Hmm.
I'll eat a gluten-free fucking pizza because it's so goddamn thin. But for whatever reason, like I maybe because I grew up with like Little Caesars deep dish, which I
Hmm.
understand is not
Hmm.
good pizza. I grasp that completely.
Hmm. Hmm.
But that style, that Detroit style rectangular
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
deep dish pizza
Reminds you of
is
Motown.
I love that shit. Dip that shit in some ranch.
Right now
Love
we're
that.
now we're getting a
Love
little crazy.
that. Love that.
I I'm not a big ranch guy. Let me just
I'm
put
not
that
a
out there.
ranch guy at all, but
I'm not a
on deep
ranch
dish
guy.
pizza, I,
Like,
I love it.
there's things that ranch belong on, but like when I go somewhere and I'm with a group of people and they're all like, "Can I get ranch with my salad?" It's like there's just better salad dressing options. And then like, "Hey,
Caesar.
dipping sauce wise, can I get some ranch with that?" And it's like, why do you dip everything in ranch? There's things that ranch is definitely better with. Fried
Sure,
pickles.
sure, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's my number two
Um,
is Detroit deep dish.
but I tell you who makes a good ranch, and I do respect that ranch, Jets.
That's what I'm saying. You get like
Hmm.
their slices, like that's a Detroit style deep
Hmm.
dish for sure. Their
Yep.
slices, that with some ranch, fucking
Hmm.
love it, love it.
Um,
Let's hear the number one.
my number one, we're going to call it right back to Motown, the city of Detroit, the Detroit style pizza, man.
That's what I'm
It's just,
saying,
you
dude.
go
I'm
down to
amazed at how
313
similar our
Pizza,
lists are.
man, there's just, you go to downtown Detroit and you get some of the real authentic Detroit style pizza, and you're like,
Yep,
man, this is worth the money to spend on it. But then you also
yep,
pop over to Jets and you get it. And I get it, everybody around here loves Jets, and I like Jets too, but
yep, yep,
it's not my favorite, but the Detroit style pizza is my favorite.
yeah, yep,
But the ones who claim it to be the original and all that is Buddy's Pizza. Don't love it. Don't
yeah.
love that. Don't love that chain.
I'm very surprised at how similar the lists are, to be honest.
I
I
am
bet you
too.
you're pretty surprised I
I
threw
am. I
Detroit
really
up
am.
there on the top.
I really
Um,
thought you were going like tavern style pizzas, the
I was
thinnest
right
you
in
could get.
between. I was right in between a tavern thin and like
Hmm.
a Detroit, and I know they're completely opposite, but they're both up there. Now,
Yeah.
to be frank, 9 times out of 10, and I know it makes no sense with the list, but 9 times out of 10, I'm getting a thin crust pizza. But when I'm in the mood, I'm telling you, I fucking love a Detroit style deep dish. It just gets
I,
me going.
there's
Not my
something.
number one, but
Yeah.
it gets me
I
going.
think it's because we've had growing up in the Metro Detroit and the greater area, we could just have so many good options
Yeah,
for
yeah,
the Detroit
yeah.
pizza. And I
Where we
feel
live
like
affects it a lot for
yeah,
sure.
it really does. I'm sure the Chicagoans are listening to this and they're on O Block right now.
hmm
packing gats and stuff, ready to come up
hmm
to Detroit, kick our ass. But
Yep.
hey,
I mean, the literally the best pizza I ever had in my life was in New Haven.
mhm,
It by far was the best pizza ever, but for the sole fact of
mhm,
I don't live there, I
mhm.
can't get it. So it's
A
why I
place
even
called
think
like
about
Green
it.
Lanterns or
I'm not
something.
going to
They
go
they
anywhere
serve a
near it.
good Detroit pizza. You know, like
Yeah.
there's a lot of places around here. Like I follow this
Yeah.
one guy on TikTok and YouTube. He does like Motown Eats. He goes to these places, and I follow him to a place or two
Yeah.
to eat
Yeah.
some good Detroit style
But it's
pizza.
also because of where we're at. Like,
Hmm.
even if you can't go to one of those, like the chains are good. Like a
Yep.
Little Caesars, a Jets, a
Hmm.
Domino's. Like they
Hmm.
have a good Detroit style
Yeah,
pizza, good
they
enough to
really
where it
do.
gets you by.
Yeah.
It gets you by. It's hard to
Hmm.
fuck up a Detroit style, in my
Yeah.
opinion, too.
And you can
Fucking
get full off of two
Mendocinos.
slices of that. And
My
that's
point
that's like
exactly.
one thing. Like it's good enough, and you don't feel like you're just eating like straight
Yep.
bread. I'm waving a
Yep.
screwdriver around right now, but
Yep. No, I
um,
agree with you. I agree because that like for all the reasons I love Detroit style deep dish, you would think I would love like Chicago style,
mhm.
but I don't. I don't know
Yeah,
if it's the dough, if it's the cheese. I don't know, but
it's
Detroit
there's just
style is
something
a
different
lot of
about it.
bread,
Yeah.
but it doesn't taste really doughy. I
Mm.
love it. Anyways, I'll get into my number one. Um,
Let's hear it.
and this is it's a little less dramatic, but it's just the God's honest truth. It's just a bar pie,
Yeah.
just your standard football pizza
Hmm.
bar pie. You're having the guys over to watch football, and you just get a big old 18, 20-inch fucking
Hmm.
bar pie. It's just the
Yep.
most classic. They're large, they're
Hmm.
thick, they're heavy, they're filling, and it's
Hmm.
good. Again, it very rarely fucks up ever. You can go crazy with the toppings. You can go all the way down to just cheese. It's always going to hit the way it's
Hmm.
supposed to. It's good
Hmm.
cold. It's good warm. It's good reheated.
You're throwing back
Bar
some
pie.
brewskis, and you
Yep.
get a good bar pie.
Yep. Yep.
That day's over.
Yep.
I'm coming home to
I,
take a nap, honey.
I
Don't make
absolutely
any
love a good bar
plans.
pie. Love a
Yeah.
good bar pie.
Um, let's throw an honorable mention or two out there. For
Okay.
me,
Okay.
my number one honorable mention out there is going to be the Tostino's Party Pizza. That little bad boy you toss in the oven, man, I love that little thing. Got
That's
that the
horrible.
little crispy layers in it.
I'm not saying that I don't eat them often, okay?
Hmm.
Because I do. That's just the reality. You get 4 for $5, great deal. Um, it's a horrible pizza. I
Oh,
mean, it's
it's not a
cardboard.
good, yeah.
It's
It's
cardboard
but
with
it's
fucking fake cheese on it.
hmm
But it does hit when you need it. It does hit when you
God,
need
you
it. It's
throw
just
that
a
thing in the oven,
wild
it comes
thing.
out with those little crispy layer. Oh man,
Ah,
I'm getting excited you're talking about dopamine. Woo wee.
I've
I
microwaved
might
those
drive to
before.
Meyer after this just to grab one.
When I've been real bad, pretty tuned up, pretty buzzed up, and it's late at night and you want something like that, I don't have time for the oven. I don't have time to watch it preheat and let this fucker cook. We're throwing that bitch in the mic real quick, and it comes out horrible, but you
Yeah,
eat
I've
it.
never done that.
It's
Never
not
done
good.
that.
It's like a floppy fucking elephant ear.
Hmm.
It's not good by any stretch of the imagination, but
Yeah.
it is good enough to where it's there. Now, my number, or I guess not my number, but my honorable mention, um, it's gonna have to be a thin crust. Don't really give a shit how it's cooked. It can be whatever the fuck, but I need an extra well done
Hmm.
thin crust. The thinner it is, the better. And just as a caveat to that, I want to make sure everybody knows, besides French bread pizza and Detroit style, I am a cheese pizza guy. Like you're a
Hmm.
big toppings guy. I am cheese pizza. I don't want pepperoni. I don't want ham. I don't want fucking pineapple near my goddamn pizza. Give me a cheese pizza and we keep the day fucking moving. Quick
Yeah.
and easy.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy a Hawaiian here and there. It's not like something I go out of my way to grab, but
Disgusting.
I will say, very surprised by our list. Not gonna lie.
By my list,
Both of our lists and
yeah,
how
I'm
they
surprised how
lined up.
similar they were.
They lined up
Um,
pretty well together.
I knew that the Detroit pizza would be a curveball for you just because it's not me. I'm not a
Hmm.
deep dish kind of guy, but I
Hmm.
do love it. And I think that the calzone is going to throw some people off.
Yeah.
Because the people that love them love it's like the black coffee thing. I mean, people
Yeah,
that
I mean,
love
I
calzones love
like calzones a
calzones.
lot myself.
They make it seem like it's portable too, and it's fucking not, dude. It's
Hmm.
not portable. You're not hold like it makes you think you can just like hold it and eat it, but you just can't.
You
You
know,
can't. They're so big and they're just ugh.
we'll talk about trends here again a little bit. There was a trend a couple years ago where people were taking them and they were making like these pizza cones.
Yeah, not good.
Not
Not
good.
good.
Not good.
Not good.
Again,
Not good at
portable,
all.
but you're just looking at a piss stream of grease coming
You know
out of
what's
it.
portable? You know what's portable? A fucking New York slice of pizza. You grab it from the corners and you fold the
You
bitch
fold it,
and
they
you
fold it,
walk with it.
and you
You can
walk.
walk, you can talk, you can eat. A
Yep.
fucking foldable. Why don't golf
Yep.
courses have pizza?
I would think logistics. I mean, it's easier to. It's the same reason, like I don't know, gas stations have pizza.
That's what I'm saying. That's
You
my
know,
point. It doesn't have to
yeah,
be a
yeah,
good pizza.
because it's
Fucking
just on the
Speedway
little,
makes
yeah.
pizza.
You put it
You
on the
just get
little
one of those things,
turntable.
throw it in there, throw it on the fucking turntable,
Yeah.
grab a slice at the turn.
Hmm.
I would fuck up some pizza. I would
Yep.
probably fuck up more pizza than I would hot dogs.
Yeah, probably.
Another honorable mention, really quickly, while we're talking
I don't
pizza,
know.
because
I
I could
love
go
a
on
hot
and
dog.
on. So why? But just
Chicago
as an
makes a good hot
overall
dog.
breakfast pizza,
I love
I
a
just
good
have to throw out
breakfast
there
pizza.
as an honorable mention. I wasn't going to put it as
I
one of the
sent you a
styles
text
because
message
it's like a
earlier about
topping thing,
breakfast pizza.
but I love breakfast pizza. You did. Is that from the gas station?
No, there is a so right over here in Lake Orion, right off of the lake, there's a little party store called Rick's on the Lake.
I know
It's
exactly what you're
point 0.2
talking
of a
about. I
mile
went
from
there.
my house.
I went there.
Apparently, they've
Yeah.
got this breakfast
Yep.
pizza. I will be trying it at some
I've
point in the
gone there.
next week.
The guy who I work with that lives over by you, I told you
Hmm.
about, he put me onto that breakfast pizza like 2 months ago, and I've yet to try it because I haven't been over there again. But I did try there just like plain, pie or pan style pizza. It was good. It wasn't anything crazy, but it was good.
Hmm.
I have been told from now three people total about their breakfast pizza, and I
Yeah,
will try it. They will
I
make it to order too. Like if you walk in there and say, "Hey, I want one," they'll make one for you.
okay. Yeah,
So yeah,
well,
you don't have to
good
like
to know.
wait for them to have it. You just literally walk in and the guy there just say, "Hey, I want a breakfast pie." And then
Yeah,
see that's a thing too. Just want to
yeah.
throw out there. If
But
I
you're out
walk
there,
into an establishment and they hit me with a pie instead of pizza, like if they refer to their stuff as a pie, like what kind of pie you want, automatically know it's going to be a good fucking pizza. Okay.
yeah,
If
that's
they say
true.
like, "Oh, what kind of pizza would you like, sir?" I'm probably going to be
I mean,
weary.
you're out there near the old Columbiaville. You can get the Village Station. We've
Not
all
bad.
seen the meme. Samuel L. Jackson, Pulp Fiction,
Yeah.
takes the bite of it and he goes, "God, this is some gourmet
Gourmet shit.
shit,
Yeah.
man." I
Yeah.
remember
Yep.
when we moved out to Columbiaville from Rochester Hills, back in 2014. First time having Village Station, we were like, "Oh shit, man, this is some
It's
gourmet shit."
it's about as good of like party store pizza as you're gonna ever get. They
Hmm.
got a whole operation back there. They got the lady slinging the dough and the dude
Hmm.
fucking just cutting.
Yep.
First of all, little disclaimer here, not to say that I'm an expert on the subject, but one of the two people in this on this podcast, being myself, have worked at a pizza parlor. Okay, I worked at a
I
pizza
worked on a
parlor.
pizza line at a restaurant.
Sure, sure,
Uh,
but did you ever make your own feta banana pepper gluten-free thin crust style pizza?
Um,
It's
due to the fact that I have taste buds, no, but
a great.
I guess
I'm
you could
sorry.
say,
You do a
you've
thin
been
crust
more
gluten
adventurous
free.
with your pizza.
You throw a little bit of red sauce on there. You throw a little bit of mozzarella. You throw a little bit of feta cheese and some banana peppers, and I would fuck those things up every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
I went through a really hardcore thing for a long time with the barbecue chicken pizza too.
I don't like onion.
I don't like
They
the
always have
onion.
onion. They
I
always
always
have onion
got
on
onion, a
it.
little red
They
onion.
always have onion. Yeah, I'm
Give
not.
me a little red onion
And
with
again,
that.
that's another thing too, where like meat lovers pizza. I'm just not a toppings guy. It's too much. It's too
Yeah,
much for me. I want to
yeah, I
enjoy the
like 'em.
pizza. It's
I
too
like
much
it.
for me. Well, you're like
Um,
that with subs too. You
mhm.
walk into it, you are the only person I know who gets a sub from Subway and it looks like the fucking commercial because it's about that thick and that much of it is toppings. Like
Yeah,
you have like you have your bread, you have
mhm.
your meat, and you have your cheese, and then you have all the toppings. Like you're
Yeah,
like, give me. They're like, what do you want? You go, everything,
yeah. If
everything.
I walk in somewhere and they're like toppings are free,
Yeah,
close up shop. Big
big
Daddy's here to
facts,
eat.
big facts, big
Same
facts.
same thing. I walk into a Chinese buffet and they go, "Oh no, oh no." He put some more coconut shrimp on.
Yeah, yeah.
Put another shrimp on the barbie.
I love coconut shrimp, especially like a hibachi Chinese style coconut shrimp. Oh,
Oh,
see, I don't know what I'm gonna eat, but I'm gonna
mm,
eat something when we're done with this podcast because I am
yeah, I
now
am too. I have a
hungry.
leftover burrito. I might eat that.
I'm hungry.
Um,
I don't even know what I'm gonna eat, but now I'm
see,
hungry.
yeah, my
We did it to
dopamine's,
ourselves. We
yeah,
did
my
it to ourselves.
dopamine's rushing. My
We did it to
dopamine's
ourselves.
rushing.
What do you
And
want from me?
see, what's crazy is I've left the world of sweets when it comes to a lot of this stuff, and I've became a little grease monster myself.
You know what? Honest to God, I've made the transition myself, I believe. And
Yeah,
this is what I'll
this
say,
might be
and
like true fat.
not everybody will agree. Yeah,
Yeah,
first of all, yeah. But not
you,
everybody will understand, but you will. She gets a big thing of you know, anything that's USA we just buy automatically anyways. But they have like the USA Little Debbie's out right now.
Hmm.
Okay, so they have like the USA like Little Debbie cakes,
Hmm.
like the zebra
Hmm.
cakes.
Keep those in my desk at work.
I cracked one open. I couldn't even finish one of the two. Like I just don't like them. And I used to pound zebra
Hmm.
cakes back,
Hmm.
and I can't do it now. I'm
It's
not a
some
sweet
no,
guy.
I think they've changed the recipe. I'm
I
not
don't
gonna lie
know.
to
It
you.
just wasn't good.
They're
It
they're
wasn't
like
good.
they're like waxy now. They're just too
Yeah.
sweet.
Now
I
the
know exactly
Christmas
what
tree cakes,
those I
book job,
they put crack in those.
book job,
Yeah.
book job. It's like the egg Reese's. That's just
Hmm.
there's something different, and it's a
Yeah.
fucking book job.
Yeah.
They
There's
always have
just
the special shit. There's like the Little Debbie Christmas tree. We could do a TB3 on fucking Little Debbie if we're gonna call a
we
spade
really
here.
could.
Okay,
We
I
really could.
love Little Debbie. I could get into all that.
Hmm.
I hope that we get some comments of some suggestions. What people want to see. If we want to keep with the food, we want to keep with the movies, actors, celebrities, fucking anything you could think of. TV shows wouldn't be a bad one either. We'll have to we'll convene. We'll convene with the
Golf balls,
panel
we
and
could do a
we'll
TB3 on golf balls.
I could. I
We
could.
could.
I think for a second, if I could get 3 and 3, and I absolutely could. I could probably
I
get four
definitely
and
could.
four, honestly.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. Brands.
Um,
Could do brands pretty
I
quickly
don't know
too with
about
it. Yeah.
brands. There's not really any brands that I really hate,
Oh, there's some I hate. And it's
but
whichever brand that you're using.
whatever brand that
TaylorMade.
I use to hit a tree and knock it back in the fairway.
TaylorMade would be my number one.
Speaking of golf brands and stuff, I have a driver fitting tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
Do you really? We're at
Yeah.
Golf Galaxy.
No, Carl's Golf Land.
Okay.
Um,
What are we planning to try? Is there a specific brand we're looking at?
no, I'm just gonna talk to the guy. I mean, obviously I was leaning towards Callaway, there for a minute, but I'm gonna see what he talks me into, and I want to hit a lot of different stuff is what I want
That's
because
exciting.
so I've just recently went back through my order history for my driver I have now, which is the Mizuno, and it's
Hmm.
the 220 GT something or whatever, and that was supposed to be like a players club. What I just realized after having this club for now a year and a half, I got it in a 9.5 loft. That's why I can't hit that thing.
Is that too low?
Yes,
Really? Okay.
I need a 10.5.
Wow.
When I
Yeah, you need some forgiveness. That's
because
for
I look
sure.
back at my last two drivers and they were both 9.5s, and my original driver that I hit way better, like I mean obviously I still sliced it, was a 10.5. And
That's crazy.
I think that's an issue that I have.
That's
I think
crazy.
it's because of the way that I close my face. I was watching a bunch of videos on it yesterday,
Well,
and
there
it's
you go.
like
So you're an
it's
expert.
yeah, yeah. Listen, if I get on YouTube and I start researching something, I might as well just have a degree.
That's crazy because I have like a 9.5 that's turned down to an 8, and I want a 7.
Yeah, see, no, but I don't have a problem getting it there. Like I don't have a problem getting it there. I have a problem getting it up.
Yeah,
Like
I don't know.
like mo
I think that an important thing for you to look at too that is always bypassed is the shaft.
Mhm.
We don't ever focus on shaft, and different shafts make a huge fucking difference. Like
Yeah.
my shaft and Logan's shaft are
Oh.
both stiff, but his is completely different. Where the kick points are, the weight
Mhm.
of it, all
Well,
that
that's like
makes a huge difference.
when I it's they always say this happens. Like when you're in the store, you obviously hit it way better. But
Sure.
when I did my fitting for my PXG driver, and I was in the store. I mean, we went through 15 to 20 different shafts at that. And I remember the one I liked the most was an additional $200, and then I got the second one that I liked the most, and that's what I have now. It's that blue even flow. But yeah, no, the shafts definitely make a difference on a lot of things.
They make it bigger. That's exciting though, Mr. Well. That's
Yeah.
exciting.
Um,
We'll see something. If you walk out with something, obviously you're playing Monday. So maybe we'll have a new tool in the bag for Monday. That's
yeah,
always fun. That's
yeah,
always fun.
yeah,
Anything buying golf is fun. It's like
yeah.
buying camping shit, even if you don't go
I
camping.
just got a brand new fairway wood. I love that thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love that thing.
Well, that's exciting. That's exciting.
Um, yeah, love a good golf. Love a good golf round. Love a good time in the golf store.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, all right,
Where
Mr. Willett. I
where are we
think
at
that
for
was
time stamping right now?
I bet you're pretty far. We're definitely over an hour.
I really
We
don't know
have to
because
be.
you and I had a little pre-meeting before this. It says 126, but I don't know if that's the recording or if that's
I think it
I mean, we
is.
had quite Uh,
Yeah, we had a little pre-round, a little pre-round conversation. That's all
I
it
mean, if
was.
this one's a little shorter, it's a little shorter. People are probably going to be like, listen to these two fat asses talk about food the entire time. But
It's a lot. Listen, if you don't want to talk about food, I mean, I want everybody and everybody, but if you're not going to listen to food, you don't want to be
I
here.
got something else to talk about. This is again
Okay.
with it's kind of swaying back to the trends, but it's not really. The companies making the live actions of animated movies that we grew up with,
Okay.
they just, I mean, they are just vomiting these things out at this
Yeah.
point. We've
Lilo
got
and
How to
Stitch,
Train Your
Lion King.
Dragon.
That one looks good
Like,
though. That's the
yeah,
only
don't it
one
does.
that I
The
think
problem
looks
is
good.
they are good. They look good, but it's just like the way that they're vomiting these out.
Yeah.
What happened to the cheap budgeted movie? Like give me a Wedding Crashers. Give me a internship. Give me I'm just naming Vince Vaughn. Give me
Um,
a Along Came Polly. Give
yep.
me, give me those like
Waterboy.
yeah, just those lower budget movies that Michael Bay, love the guy, changed the movie game, changed the action movie game. But man, did he ruin everything else for us? Because now everybody's got to be the Michael Bay. They got to have the CGI. Thank God that Snow White thing tanked because fuck them for using all that CGI and everything that they did. But and I'm a Walt Disney fan. The corporation loved them growing up. They are going in the trash with a lot of the Disney style movies, like the old
Well, it's
school.
because they know that they can put shit out and it doesn't even matter what it
Hmm.
is.
Yeah,
Like they know that they're
it's
going to make money.
it's just like the
It's just that
superhero movies.
simple.
Like I mean, when the superhero movies that we were growing up with, I mean, Endgame was the last good superhero movie.
Never even watched it.
I loved it, but
I didn't. I
I
didn't.
mean,
After like the first Avengers, I gave up because it's just like
yeah,
they just keep it going and keep it going. And it's like, fuck, dude. It's
yeah,
like I get
I
it,
mean,
you
I
know?
like the idea of like the multiverse, and I like all of that. But the issue is they're overdoing it with too much there. But I
And
mean,
it's
you
just,
get like
it's
the
not that
original.
different, you know? It's
No.
like the Avengers, it's like, okay, so the group of superheroes that are the best ever,
Hmm.
a villain comes. Okay, they defeat the villain. Okay, next one. Now there's a new villain. Okay, they defeat the
Hmm.
villain. I like it like Deadpool. Love that shit.
Hmm.
Completely move the direction. Now we're fuck you comedy. I love that shit.
Yeah.
And then like Thor Ragnarok. Like you
Yep.
have Thor 1, Thor 2, very similar, and then Thor 3 was out of the world. Guardians of the
Hmm.
Galaxy,
Guardians of the Galaxy.
completely different.
Man,
I'm okay with
did you
that, but
watch
we
the
just keep
latest
it
Guardians
going.
of the Galaxy 3?
No,
Oh man,
no,
it's a sad movie.
I don't need to know that. I don't want to cry.
I mean, it's a very, very good movie. It's a movie with a lot of great depth, but there is some sad stuff in that movie. Um, but yeah, no, I mean, I bring all this up because of Lilo and Stitch. I would like to see the new Lilo and Stitch, but like at the same time, I see
Couldn't care
the
less.
changes they're making. I loved Lilo and Stitch growing up, though. That was a good film for
I
me.
liked it, but I couldn't care enough to watch it now. Because the problem too is it's the exact same movie. It is the movie. It's
Yeah,
just live action.
yeah,
Like everything's the same, maybe slightly differences, but
yeah.
99% of it is the exact same movie,
Hmm.
just live action. So it's like I've
Yeah.
already seen Lilo and
Yeah,
Stitch.
that
I
is the
know what
hard
it's
part.
gonna be.
But that's what I was saying. Like, why do we keep regurgitating the same thing in a different format? That's what's hard for me.
Hmm.
If they were making different stories like live action, also let's talk about the Shrek. Did you see the horrible animation that they plan on
No,
using for this? I
no,
I love Shrek.
don't need to pay
I
attention.
grew up
Another one
on
that they went on
Shrek.
too long for. You know, Shrek 1, 2, 3, you got me after that. Fuck off. I got no time for you. I got no time for the other
You
ones.
shut your dirty mouth.
I got no time for the other ones, you
Shrek
know.
could Sh
Donkey.
Shrek could be like Fast and the Furious. There could be 15 of them, and I'd still watch them.
Jesus Christ.
I've
Only
never
15?
I've never watched Fast and Furious.
Yeah, you're not hurting yourself. Watch the first four
Yeah,
and then shut
family.
it off. Shut it down after that.
The problem is like they're just so pop culture that I know everything about them.
It's too much. It's too much. Too much. After Paul Walker died, they should have just pulled the plug on that. But again, they know that they can just put a shit ton of action and
Yeah,
CGI and then sell it and it'll be bought.
yeah.
That's
I
the
mean,
thing.
that is the problem. That's the problem. The CGI was like the best invention and the worst invention for
Yeah,
the movie industry.
I don't
But
disagree.
like we've been rewatching the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. By the
Good.
way, is it Pirates of the Caribbean or Pirates of the Caribbean? That's the real question.
Pirates of the
It's actually
Caribbean.
the notebook that I've been taking notes in.
It's Pirates of the Caribbean.
Is
Anybody who
it
says it, Pirates. What's the other way that you said it? What's the other way that you said it?
Caribbean
Pirates of
as
the
in
what?
because they're
Yeah,
in the
those.
Caribbean?
If anybody ever says that, I would punch them.
They're
That's
in the
stupid.
Caribbean, but everybody pronounces Pirates of the Caribbean.
Because that's what
Um,
it is. Because that's what it fucking is. That's what it is.
Anyways, we've been rewatching those. Those have CGI in it, but they
Yeah,
like Davy Jones, he's CGI, but
yeah,
that's good. Like
yeah.
it's good. It's good film. It's everything good. I appreciate everybody who watches this week. I appreciate the life that I have. I want to sign off with something good. Um, Dave Ramsey says that every person is a slave to the lender. So pay your debts.
You said you want to
Live
edit
in,
on something good.
yeah, I mean, Dave Ramsey said it. So I
That
mean, if
seems
I
very
throw
sad.
Dave Ramsey is pretty big out there. I was just hoping to get clickbait.
Sure. Sure. Understood. Understood. We definitely want
Um,
just take a second, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, share, get it out there. Okay. Remember, 100 subscribers, hot chip challenge, baby. We want the hot chip challenge. I'm telling you right now, I'll order that bitch tonight. Like I want that to happen soon. So I hope that people get it moving. We get the podcast. It's all on us. We got to keep the consistency. We got to keep the energy up. We got
yeah,
to keep these fuckers coming out every
hey,
Monday, 8 a.m. Put the notification on. You'll get it. You'll hear us.
yeah, you will, you will. Hey, peace and love to the people. Joe Rogan likes to say bye, everybody. I'm trying to come up with my sign off. So if you got any suggestions for that, well, that is aggressive and don't
Good night, San
appreciate that.
Diego.
Um, maybe I'll say something crazy like French or revoir.
Yeah, fuck all that noise.
I'll keep working on it. I'll be like Bruce Almighty, where he's like, "Duh, duh, 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 duh," when he's trying to come up with his thing. And that'll be me for the next couple weeks. All right. Love you, Mr. Sloth.